Thank you very much. Well, this semi-final, the first time that Atletico Madrid and Arsenal have ever met competitively. 1-1 last week in London. And the big question, can Arsenal give Arsene Wenger the swan song of an appearance in the Europa League final? Will they be going to France, to Lyon, later this month? And can there be one last trophy to see out Arsene Wenger for his 22 years? The Atletico Madrid players come out in red tracksuit tops, bit of a retro look about those. The blue shorts visible underneath the red socks. One or two of the Atletico players just waving to familiar faces in the crowd. And it's a more stern expression on the faces of the Arsenal players in their dark tracksuit tops. It's the third kit tonight, black with a sort of pink fluorescent trim. Arsenal, who had so much possession, so many chances, so many shots at goal in the first leg. Can they resurrect that kind of energy tonight? Will they see anything like as much of the ball? And will the factor that they'll play against 11 men, presumably, for these 90 minutes, how will they cope having been dragged back to 1-1 against just 10 for 80 of those minutes at the Emirates last season? Every single seat in the house is taken. This Wando Metropolitano Stadium, 67,700, the capacity. They have very rarely lost here at their new home of Atletico Madrid. But Chelsea did it in the group stages. Late winner from Batshuayi, 2-1. That would be enough for Arsenal tonight to go through. But what they must do is score. 0-0 draw tonight, and Atletico Madrid will go through, courtesy of that Antoine Griezmann goal from the first leg. So let's give you a rundown of the teams. We'll start with the home side. Diego Simeone, touchline ban. His assistant, Mano Borges, is down there in the technical area. This is the team. Jan Oblak, the Slovenian goalkeeper. Thomas Partey, normally a midfielder, but he slots in at right back because of the suspended Sime Bersalco. Jose Maria Jimenez and Diego Godin, the two Uruguayan central defenders, and then young Lucas Hernandez, the French left back, complete the back four. In midfield, there's a lot of experience in here. Saul Niguez, a very hard-working player, more tackles and more interceptions in La Liga this season than any other player. Gabi, 34 years of age now, won the Europa League in 2012. Alongside him, Koke won the Europa League in 2012. Vitola will start to the left-hand side. Won the Europa League 3 years running with Sevilla in the past. These players know their way through a semi-final and how to get to the big one. And then we've got the front two, Diego Costa and Antoine Griezmann. No further introduction needed for those two. The Arsenal team, David Ospina in goal, Cech is on the bench, back four, Hector Bellerin, Shodran Mustafi, Laurent Koscielny and Nacho Monreal. In midfield, we think it'll be a central three, Aaron Ramsey, Granit Xhaka, Jack Wilshere, and then you've got two attacking players, Mesut Ozil and Danny Welbeck, in support of Alexander Lacazette. Lacazette, who scored the Arsenal goal in the first leg last week, and he will be the man to get this semi-final second leg underway. Lacazette rolls it from the centre circle back to Mustafi, and this game is underway. This is 5 Live from the BBC. We are coming to you live from Madrid tonight. Still plenty of daylight in the air. Arsenal in the change strip, dark colours. Atletico Madrid in their famous red, white and blue. Arsenal playing from left to right as we look down, and Mustafi kicks the ball out of play to return possession to Atletico Madrid. Chris Sutton.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Is this Arsene Wenger's his last stand? Nothing in between here. This is triumph or disaster, and the start is going to be so important for Arsenal. Stay in the game. Don't let Atletico start the game on the front foot. Do not concede early.
The atmosphere feels big. Lucas Hernandez prepares to take the throw. Left-hand side for Atletico Madrid towards Diego Costa, who doesn't even jump. The ball floats over both him and Mustafi. And already, inside the opening minute, Atletico Madrid managed to get their first corner. Lucas Hernandez playing it off the defender. Corner to the home side.
Yeah, and it was just a throw-in down the left-hand side. Arsenal switched off, and this is an opportunity for Atletico.
So 0-0 on the night. 1-1 on aggregate. Corner left-hand side as Atletico Madrid come forward. A very busy 6-yard box awaits, and the ball is headed away by Danny Welbeck. at the front post. Madrid gathered possession and it swung in by Koke towards the back post. Ospina had much more time than he realised there. And Koscielny, I don't think was aware that the goalkeeper was coming for that. The two of them collided into each other and they're quite fortunate the ball exited the penalty area, went out for a throw on the far side. That looked a bit wobbly from Arsenal.
Lack of communication. There's a firm punch from Ospina.
Here comes the throw in from Atletico Madrid back into the penalty area, and this time the referee blows the whistle and it's a free kick to Arsenal and a chance for them to clear their line. So already with just 2 minutes on the clock, Arsenal having to absorb some early pressure. David Ospina, 23 games in all competitions this season. He's played quite a lot in the cup competitions, in ahead of Petr Cech this evening. And he takes the free kick from inside the Arsenal penalty area down into the Atleti half, where it's easily cleared away by Saul Niguez. Diego Costa goes for his first little shove into Laurent Koscielny, but Koscielny puts the ball out of play on the far side, and again a throw into Atleti midway inside the Arsenal half.
Yeah, and you can see how Atletico set up that 4-4-2, making Ospina kick down the pitch. They're going to press Arsenal high and put them under pressure from the off.
Diego Costa with a little chest down, the ball comes back to him, played on by Saul Niguez. Arsenal have got all 11 players back behind the ball here, and they're inside their final third. Even Lacazette is midway inside the Arsenal half. Possession with Vitolo, who was preferred to Correa, one of the 3 changes from the first leg in London last week for Diego Simeone. As here Diego Godin just turns and rolls it back to the goalkeeper Jan Oblak, who's out of contract at the end of the season, and quite a few big clubs sniffing around him. As Koscielny picks it up for Arsenal, left-footed over the halfway line, too high for Welbeck, and easily headed away by Jimenez. But Welbeck's running hard to try and get onto it, out-muscled by Gavi. Atletico Madrid get it back again. Lucas Hernandez on the left-hand side tries to scoop the ball forward towards Vitolo. Comes back to the Frenchman Lucas again, and here is Diego Godin, and then he will just stab it forward. That's a great ball onto Saul Niguez, and he plays it hurriedly over the halfway line. He had more time there than he thought, and he doesn't pick out Diego Costa, and Arsenal get it back to Ospina safely.
In very early stages, Atletico getting the ball forward into Costa.
Arsenal give it away cheaply again in the midfield. If you're just joining our coverage here on 5 Live, 0-0 inside the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium here in Madrid. Ball played forward from the halfway line by Jimenez, and that just harmlessly goes out of play for a goal kick to Arsenal away to our left-hand side.
4 minutes on the clock, and that's the third time Atletico have got the ball. Tried to pick out Diego Costa.
This is Bellerin back on his home soil of Spain tonight, and Arsenal once again almost give it away. Bellerin with a very clumsy back pass here to Ospina, a lot of spin in it. Ospina's got to do a diving header inside his penalty area under pressure from Diego Costa, but he held his nerve. Calm header to Bellerin, who now offers an arm of apology and says sorry for that terrible back pass.
It was a dreadful back pass, putting Ospina under real pressure.
No look pass by Mesut Ozil. He gets it back again from Ramsey. Now there's room for Lacazette outside the penalty area on the right hand side. Lacazette drills it across. There's a slip in there from Wilshere. He outstretches both arms to the referee, claiming he was pushed. It's not going to be a penalty, but it will be a corner to Arsenal.
Jack Wilshere asking for a penalty there, but I tell you what a ball in from Lacazette down the right hand side, whipped across that 6-yard line. Partey did well to usher it out for a corner.
So a busy penalty area awaits. 5 minutes played, 0-0 on 5 Live in this semi-final second leg. 1-1 on aggregate, and Atletico Madrid very easily deal with the corner. Arsenal pushed a lot of players forward. Wilshere just prods it back into the penalty area, and that's an easy take for Jan Oblak to just step out of his goal mouth and collect possession for the home side.
Ramsey made a timely tackle there. Atletico breaking out from the Arsenal corner.
Clearance by Oblak straight down the centre of the pitch. Costa wins the header. Oh, he's putting pressure on Koscielny here for the second nibble at it, and he's done so well. Great strike by Costa into the penalty area. Shoots and shoots wide, with Ospina coming out to narrow the angle. But that sums up what Diego Costa is all about, and he bullied the Arsenal defence there.
Well, and that is Diego Costa. That's what he has done to Arsenal over the years. Physically too strong, get out of the way, Koscielny. And then Monreal, but I think he took the wrong option when he drove into the box, went for glory, should have cut it back. Poor decision making, but ominous for Arsenal.
Diego Costa looks up for this one this evening. 6.5 minutes played, 0-0 on the night, 1-1 on aggregate. As things stand, Atletico Madrid going through courtesy of the away goal, but a long way to go. And this is Antoine Griezmann that plays a little 1-2. Now Diego Costa has collided with Koscielny. Koscielny is on the ground and wriggling. This was all completely off the ball. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, and he looks to be in a lot of pain, banging the floor with his arm. Koscielny goes down. The arm raised from Costa. But there's a history there, isn't there? Costa roughing up this Arsenal backline, but this was totally off the ball. And it looks like Koscielny will be coming off.
Well, you wonder what could he have done to him to create an injury like that off the ball. We don't have the benefit of monitors here in our position inside the stadium. We don't know exactly what happened there, but Diego Costa was right beside Laurent Koscielny. They were 30 yards away from the ball. It was completely off the ball, whatever did happen. But Laurent Koscielny, as soon as he hit the deck, he was stamping his fist onto the playing surface, suggesting that he had not just been sort of tickled or nudged or punched even, that something, that he's been properly injured here.
And the Arsenal players and the Atletico players are all around him.
Well, we're being told that actually Diego Costa did not touch him and that he just slipped Laurent Koscielny. So as he turned his ankle or something. But of all sort of, suspicious looking parties to be lurking nearby, Diego Costa must be thinking, hang on, are you trying to get me sent off here? I didn't do anything. Costa was about 4 or 5 yards away from Laurent Koscielny. As Koscielny went down, this was all off the ball, so eyes turn around. You see Koscielny lying on the ground wriggling in pain, and you see Diego Costa looking a bit sheepish beside him saying, it wasn't me, I didn't do it.
Well, Costa's presence, we could say close enough, but it's a big worry for Arsenal. They're going to have to make a change.
Bit of a worry for France as well in the build-up to a World Cup. Laurent Koscielny, being lifted carefully onto a stretcher here. And what a setback for Arsene Wenger. 8 minutes on the clock. And let's face it, his best defender, Laurent Koscielny. And it would appear that is that. They're already preparing Callum Chambers to come on.
Well, and what a huge task, Callum Chambers. He's going to have to play out of his skin now. Big game.
Koscielny, who has been carrying injuries lately, and they've actually kept him in reserve for the Europa League. 6 of his last 7 games have been in the Europa League. He's hardly played in the Premier League at all, so he's clearly been carrying some sort of background injury. And now his participation in this semi-final second leg appears to be over. And what implications will that be for Arsenal and their chances of reaching the final?
Well, it's a huge worry. I don't think he's been training regularly. He has been all or nothing in the Europa League for Koscielny. Struggled with injury. I think over the years he's been Arsenal's best defender. There's an opportunity for Callum Chambers to step in and make a huge name for himself.
Callum Chambers, who started against Manchester United on Sunday, he will come on. Former Southampton player. Well, a few former Southampton players stood up for Liverpool last night in Rome. Arsenal fans will be hoping that Callum Chambers can come in, but the 23-year-old has now got extra burden on his shoulders. He's got to be up along Shakhtar Mustafi and Diego Simeone, who's not down there in the touchline, but he must be relishing this, the thought of Diego Costa and Antoine Griezmann up against Chambers and Mustafi.
Yeah, and that's a nice gesture. Diego Costa, he's gone over, tapped Koscielny, is applauding him off. We can't actually blame Costa for that. We can blame him for a lot of things over the years, but it wasn't him. But it's a big blow for Arsenal and a big blow for Koscielny.
Koscielny has been nursing Achilles injuries for a long time. I don't know whether it's a recurrence of that, but just to reiterate, if you're just tuning your way, wondering why we're not commentating on live football here, we've had a long delay due to an injury to Laurent Koscielny. As he got hurt, it was Diego Costa who was right beside him off the ball. However, Costa is not the guilty party on this occasion. Koscielny just slipped and he's picked up an injury that is serious enough to have him stretchered off, already wrapped in a red Atletico Madrid blanket as he's been removed from the pitch. And our thoughts with him in the immediate moment here, that he is okay. And then you switch and you wonder, well, what effect is this going to have for Arsenal as the ball goes out of play on the far side, and that will be sort of throw into Atletico Madrid.
Free kick, I think. And once again, Atletico's tactic, we're just going to get the ball into Costa, bodies in and around him. He used his physicality really well, bought the free kick. Another opportunity on that right hand side, a couple of yards in from the touchline.
So Arsenal bring everyone back inside the penalty area. Lacazette will stand as a one-man wall. His teammates lined up along the edge of the penalty area. Diego Costa stands in a blatantly offside position just to make his presence all the more obvious. Saul Niguez is also standing in there well behind the Arsenal defence. Now they both take a step back. Here's the delivery from Koke on the far side. Welbeck gets up and wins the header, comes to Thomas Partey, gives it back out to Koke on the right hand side. Atletico Madrid forced back to the halfway line, and they have it there with Lucas Hernandez. We played 12 and a half minutes. There's been a long injury delay to Laurent Koscielny. It's 0-0 here in Madrid. Atletico against Arsenal in this semi-final second leg. Bellerin clears the ball away for Arsenal from the edge of the penalty area towards the halfway line. Comes back on the left-hand side for Atletico Madrid and Vitolo, but he is dispossessed by Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey tied up against the touchline, gives it to Bellerin. Oh, he's given it away to Griezmann, midway inside the Arsenal half. Plenty of Arsenal players back though to surround Antoine Griezmann, but then a lovely little tiki-taka move frees up room for Griezmann, who now rolls it to the right-hand side. Thomas Partey is up from right back. Monreal trying to get close to him, forces the Ghanaian backwards, and Atletico Madrid to the halfway line once again with Godin.
In Arsenal get back well in numbers, but that's twice. Bellerin, poor decision making again. Don't take chances. Atletico pressing Arsenal high.
Koke plays it forward. This is Gabi in the middle of the midfield. Atletico Madrid, very patient team. They very rarely put up a cricket score against opposition, but they'll grind them down, and all the time remaining so solid in defence themselves. Lucas Hernandez rolls it back again to Godin, and then now into the centre circle is Gabi, who's played all but 4 of Atletico Madrid's La Liga games this season, despite being almost 35. Partey, just for a moment, lost his concentration there. Ozil tried to nip in, and the last touch came off. Is it going to be a free kick again? The way the referee was indicating, yeah, it is a foul. I couldn't make out if he was saying a throw-in or a free kick. Free kick for the foul on Mesut Ozil. Arsenal take it quickly. Monreal bang on the half.
Looks like Ozil's gone out to the left-hand side. Danny Welbeck playing narrow and off the right-hand side alongside Lacazette.
Danny Welbeck, whose height has been useful to Arsenal defensively so far in the game, but they've not created much in attack so far. Let's see if that changes. Monreal down the left-hand side. Oh, he threaded a ball, directly dissected Lacazette and Welbeck through the middle of the two of them. Had it been an inch further forward, it could have been on for Welbeck. Had it been an inch further back, it might have been on for Lacazette. That was unfortunate for Arsenal. That's probably their best attack of the game.
I thought it was a really good spot from Monreal. It worked it really well to release him down the left-hand side. He gets his head up, tries to find Lacazette. They have looked to threat the couple of times they've been forward. Just a yard or two out with that final pass.
Quarter of an hour played in this second leg, still 0-0. Arsene Wenger outstanding on the very edge of his technical area, wearing the dark suit tonight, the very shiny shoes down there. Lucas Hernandez takes a throw. Might have been a little push by Chambers there into the back of Diego Costa. Atletico Madrid regained possession anyway. Lucas Hernandez back into his own half, and Diego Godin, and now he's unflurried, unhurried, turns, plays it right foot. That's actually a waste. He's just pumped it in behind the Arsenal back 4, and that runs through to Ospina. So Arsenal, who've not lost away from home in Europe so far this calendar year, but on the domestic front they've been so poor on their travels. They have lost their last 6 away games in a row in the Premier League. They lost away from home in the FA Cup at Nottingham Forest. We were being at the City Ground for that game back in January. Here is Jack Wilshere coming forward on the right hand side, just flicks the ball back infield. Wilshere, by the way, who's taken over the captain's armband since Laurent Koscielny has gone off. Here is Mesut Ozil. onto Lacazette, hugging the touchline on the left-hand side, midway into the Atletico Madrid half. Back to Granit Xhaka. Now a bit of room for Wilshere here. Still midway inside the Atleti half. He sprays out. It's great vision to pick out Mesut Ozil by the byline on the left-hand side, but a heavy first touch by Ozil that invites the challenge from Partey. Throw into Arsenal. Chris Sutton.
First little spell of possession for Arsenal.
This is Monreal, sends it in low. Not great defending initially by Jimenez, but Partey is there to help him out. But Atletico Madrid been forced to just blast it away, and again they put it out for a throw. And Mano Burgos down there, the assistant, both hands above his head and applauds and said, "It's okay, no problem, we're doing well." 0-0 on the night.
I'm not so sure he said that, to be honest.
What do you think he said? I think that was absolute reassurance. Don't worry, that's okay, I'm clapping. What do you think he was saying?
He doesn't look like the sort of guy who gives a lot of praise out, does he?
I would agree with that. He's doling it out in small doses here, but that was positivity he was exuding there with clapping motion of his hands above his head. Look at him clapping again. He's being very positive down there, Chris Sutton. I'm not having that at all. This is Mesut Ozil across to Monreal, 10 yards inside the Atletico Madrid half. Danny Welbeck in a left wing position, plays a good 1-2 with Ramsey. Welbeck crosses, picks out Lacazette in the penalty area, rolls it back now to Aaron Ramsey. High risk ball into the penalty area, too high risk, couldn't pick out Bellerin, and that will be a goal kick to Atletico Madrid.
I just wondered, really well worked from Arsenal. Just wondered, Ramsey, 22, 25 yards out, why not have a pop? Put the goalkeeper under pressure, but they're growing into it, Arsenal. Kept a little bit of possession now, getting a foothold in this first half.
If anything, the lengthy delay while Koscielny was stretchered and taken off has taken some of the fizz out of the bottle that had been shaken by Atletico Madrid, and Arsenal have had more possession and looked calmer with it since their captain has gone off. Ball cleared from the back by Atletico Madrid by Lucas Hernandez towards the halfway line. Welbeck wins a header but gives it straight to Thomas Partey, the normal midfielder but tonight right back, very versatile player, one of the unsung heroes of this Atletico Madrid team. This is Granit Xhaka, close to the centre circle. Mesut Ozil with an unnecessary fancy flick that gives away possession, but then he's fortunate to get it back again, and a few groans of frustration from the Atletico Madrid fans. Ramsey takes it forward, left of centre of the midfield. He's got Gavi with him for company. Ramsey goes around him with a little trick. Oh, he's done very well to deliver across into the centre. Jimenez clears it away. Lacazette tries to resurrect it on the edge of the D. Wilshere, good ball for Bellerin. He's in here, and he floats across. That's got too much on it, and that is a waste from Bellerin, and a goal kick to Atletico Madrid.
Brilliant from Jack Wilshere, recovering the ball and setting Bellerin away, and he was inside the box on the right-hand side. It was a dreadful cross, opportunity wasted, good crossing position. Arsenal didn't make the most of that.
Arsenal enjoying the best form of the moment in the game. 19 minutes played. Atletico Madrid finding it difficult at the moment to get out of their own half. Bellerin gives it short to Xhaka. Back now to Callum Chambers. If you're just tuning our way, he's come on for the injured Koscielny. And now Monreal has possession on the left-hand side. Scored recently against West Ham in the Premier League. Here is Mustafi. Diego Costa sprinting over to put pressure on him. The German plays it long, up over the halfway line. Too high for Lacazette. And you feel that's not where Arsenal's strength is tonight. Playing it long towards Lacazette. He's going to struggle against the two Uruguayans.
But you know what? I'd rather see that take no chances, Mustafi, rather than playing risky balls along the back line.
Here come Atletico Madrid with Saul Niguez, scorer of many an important goal over the years for his team. Jack Wilshere coming to put pressure on him. This is the left wing position as Atletico Madrid come forward. 20 minutes now on the clock. Koke has it under pressure from Wilshere again. Arsenal working hard here, realising the importance of the situation. 0-0 on the night, 1-1 on aggregate. Atletico Madrid going through and away goals as things stand. Koke picks it up, 12 yards outside the Arsenal penalty area. Nudges the ball back towards Gavi, and then back into the centre circle once again, and Diego Godin, and Atletico Madrid will build from the back. But at least they have regained a bit of tempo here, having had to withstand some Arsenal pressure over the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and Wilshere, Xhaka working nice and hard, getting those screens on, not letting any easy balls go into that dangerous front two. Griezmann and Costa.
A wonderful atmosphere, just a red glow illuminating the roof of the stadium, as Griezmann, who's had a quiet game so far, rolls a careless ball into the Arsenal penalty area, which is easily cleared away by Mustafi. Griezmann not picking out anything like a pass towards a teammate there. A rushed clearance by Oblak, but he gets away with it. To Gavi inside the centre circle. Arsenal fall back into a defensive formation, 10 men back behind the ball, only Lacazette up top now, but he will chase in on Oblak as the ball is rolled to the Slovenian goalkeeper, who clears it long, straight down the centre of the pitch. Griezmann's running after this one, uncertain defending initially from Chambers, but he recovers well, and he just rolls it back to Ospina, and he clears.
It was a really, really poor decision from Callum Chambers. Just one big punt down the field. Reminded you of the goal Griezmann scored at the Emirates. Callum Chambers didn't deal with it, let it bounce, and Griezmann nearly got in.
Here's Vitolo for Atletico Madrid, left-hand side of the midfield, gives it short to Saul Niguez, who's just keeping it all moving there in the engine room for the home side. Vitolo again, under pressure from Wiltshire, has got to retreat, gives it back to Gabi, and a nice floated pass out to the right-hand side to Partey, but excellent work from Danny Welbeck to close down Thomas Partey and win back possession for Arsenal. Granit Xhaka then plays it disappointingly out of play, but it took a deflection, I think, on the way through. It's going to be an Arsenal throw.
Well, for Arsenal to get a result tonight, it's about how much work they're doing off the ball, not just with the ball. And Welbeck in these early stages has worked particularly hard.
Darkening skies overhead in Madrid, right in the heart of Spain. Tuesday night, Real Madrid secured their passage to the Champions League final tonight. Atletico Madrid hoping to get into the Europa League final once again, a competition they've had much success in. Monreal is fouled on the far side. That didn't go down well with the home supporters, but Arsenal are going to get a free kick just inside the Atletico Madrid half, and they want to get on with it quickly. Too quickly, referee's not ready. Bit of a telling off for Griezmann. So midway through the first half, quickly taken free kick. Ramsey to Monreal on the left-hand side, sends in the low cross. Lacazette's done well to get there, but he's surrounded by defenders, and Koke should be on it. Oh, good recovery by Lacazette. He's really rolling up his sleeves and getting stuck in. Wins the ball back just on the edge of the Atletico Madrid penalty area. Plenty defenders back. Tries to cross. Comes off the knee of Ramsey. Wiltshire won't be able to get near it, but in comes Granit Xhaka to win the ball. Arsenal are playing well here. Here comes Mesut Ozil. 15 yards outside the penalty area. He's got Bellerin available on the right-hand side. Lucas Hernandez comes out. Back out to Mesut Ozil. Tries to send it in. Took a deflection. Partey gets two chances to clear, and he does, but all Atletico Madrid are doing is giving possession back to Arsenal. Chris Sutton.
Good spell from Arsenal, putting the pressure on Atletico. Switched off from a free kick. Another chance for Arsenal down this right-hand side, but Ozil, they are growing into this game.
15 yards outside the penalty area. Opts not to float it into the box. Goes laterally to Monreal up from left back. He plays a 1-2 with Danny Welbeck. Gives it back to Welbeck. Now it's Atletico Madrid with 9 players back behind the ball. Danny Welbeck trying to veer into a position, he's right-footed, he's given it away, and this is the danger for Arsenal as they push players forward. Now they've given it away, and Saul Niguez breaks into the Arsenal half. He's got plenty of support. Vitolo's in the penalty area. Diego Costa tees it up for himself, just wouldn't come down, and it's cleared away, but that was risky stuff. It's becoming a very good game here in Madrid tonight as Arsenal now try to come on the attack, and Ramsey pumps it high, too far ahead of Lacazette. Lacazette gives the thumbs up anyway, and it goes out for a throw into Atletico Madrid. 0-0, Chris Sutton.
And we can breathe again. Callum Chambers, well done to him. Opportunity on the break, bodies forward. I think Costa should have left it to Griezmann, who's in a better position, took a touch. Callum Chambers had to get the challenge right, and he did.
Griezmann, who's got blood pumping from a cut in his head, and I'm actually surprised the referee hasn't stopped play, that could be tended to. He's obviously happy that it's not serious enough to be a problem. Here is Partey on the right-hand side, 15 yards into the Arsenal half. This is just bubbling away into a very good semi-final second leg at the moment. 25 minutes on the clock. This is 5 Live for the BBC. You can also listen to the BBC Sport app tonight or on the text commentary pages of the BBC Sport website. Has possession here with Gabi on the halfway line for Atletico Madrid. Rolls it back to Jose Maria Jimenez, and they build from deep to the home side. And the long ball is too long, and it floats over Vitolo, and Arsenal are containing the Atleti team well at the moment.
And you say they build from deep, but they're very direct, Connor, aren't they? They get the ball at the back, they hit early balls forward into Costa, tried to hit the diagonal, then Jimenez overhit it out, and Arsenal throw in.
I believe the cut that Jimenez has got was an unintentional elbow from Callum Chambers. Here is Gabi in the midfield, back to Saul Niguez. Godin gets involved again, 10 yards inside his own half. Still the red and white flags waved in the Madrid night air away to our right-hand side as possession played by Vitolo. onto Gabi. This is all in the middle of the midfield. Good interception by Granit Xhaka. Mesut Ozil is fouled surely as he releases possession. Referee blows the whistle. Fouled by Koke. Free kick to Arsenal.
They're all over him. Mesut Ozil, I think, singled out by Simeone, saying he's Arsenal's best player. Don't want him getting his head up and sliding a pass. But Granit Xhaka, another good interception from him.
Well, tonight, when Arsenal do have an urgency, they must score. Every free kick they've been given so far, they've taken it really quickly, and that's actually unsettled Atletico Madrid. Here is Ramsey, midway inside the Atletico half, plays it to the feet of Danny Welbeck, who can't trap it. Lucas Hernandez clears away. Diego Costa battling with Mustafi. Arsenal get it back again. Wilshere onto Monreal on the left-hand side. He's midway inside the Atletico Madrid half, gives it short back to Jack Wilshere once again, and now Mesut Ozil gets involved in a more central location. Little touches off his left boot, forward to Lacazette. Now Ramsey in the injury, back into Lacazette. Big chance, heavy touch from Lacazette. Goalkeepers come out. Lacazette still going. Back to Ozil. Lovely feet. Must be. Oh, couldn't get it through to Ramsey. And Atletico Madrid clear away. It's been the best chance of the game so far. There was about 3 chances in one there, and Arsenal couldn't get the final shot on target.
It's brilliant interplay as Wilshere again.
Here's Ramsey, tries to shoot, blocked away by the defender, and Gabi, it comes back out to Aaron Ramsey. He's got Bellerin with him on the right-hand side. Make no mistake, Atletico Madrid know they are in a game here. Arsenal are taking to the game to the Spanish side here and trying to get the away goal that could put them into the final. Here comes Granit Xhaka, short to Callum Chambers behind him, and now onto Mustafi, and this is all inside the Atletico Madrid half. All the Arsenal players, apart from the goalkeeper, are up in the Atleti half. Shrill whistles around the stadium. Arsenal have come close to breaking the deadlock on the night here. Mesut Ozil tries to roll the ball forward. Xhaka now gets involved. Lacazette, who's deep, steadies himself. That was a decoy, not a shot. Ramsey to Ozil. Edge of the penalty area is Bellerin. Lacazette is having a very busy first half, but he gets his pocket picks there by Koke, and all they could do is put it out Selma against for a throw-in. And Atletico Madrid are under extreme pressure at the moment.
And it's brilliant from Arsenal, but when Arsenal get the chances, they have to take them, and Lacazette just took a heavy touch when he went in the area. Ideally needed to get his shot off quicker, but that extra touch and the chance was gone.
Yeah, I think it was his second touch, was just too heavy. He didn't tee it up for himself. He made it have to stretch. And then there was a glorious touch from Mesut Ozil in the penalty area where he just swung at the hips and went around a couple of defenders. But after all that happening in around the edge of the 6-yard box, Arsenal still couldn't pull the trigger and actually release a shot.
It was wonderful from Ozil. Sort of typified Atletico's defending. It's last ditch at times, but they do it extremely well.
Arsenal must score, remember. 0-0 for now. Almost half an hour played. Throw in on the left-hand side for Lucas Hernandez, who's taking his time over it now, and Atletico Madrid just want to slow things down a little bit among this onslaught they've been on the receiving end from Arsenal. Lucas takes a throw in. Headed a bit clumsily by Mustafi, but it does the job. And Diego Costa appeals to the referee, and I think he's pointing to his eyes. He's saying, "Keep an eye. Mustafi's fouling me. He's pushing me." And he's very much in the referees here, which we know is what Diego Costa is all about. And all eyes on him now, as this latest throw-in is closer to the edge of the penalty area. Lucas Hernandez prepares to take the throw, arches his back, sends it in as far as he can. Cody, the central defender, is up there, and Xhaka almost kicked it out of the goalkeeper's hands there as Ospina came out for it. Either way, it's a corner to Atletico Madrid.
And that's twice, isn't it? Ospina not been dominant enough. Xhaka taking no chances, doing the right thing. Ospina, big call to play him, has to really take control in those situations.
Arsenal, who dominated possession, certainly in the early stages of the first leg. You've got to say, they've had more of the ball, certainly the best chances to score in the second leg too. But as has been, the story of Arsene Wenger's latter years in the job, can they take the opportunities? Can they turn the screw here? As Partey, it's a brilliant volley. I think the whistle was blown anyway. The corner was played to Partey. It was that sort of famous Paul Scholes goal, that full-on volley, edge of the penalty area from a corner, but they'd been pushing in the box and it wouldn't have counted anyway, but it was a great shot.
It was really well worked. Clipped to the edge of the box. It was for a block to allow Partey to get his shot off. That's why the foul was given, and correctly so. But what a strike from Partey.
By the way, still goalless in Austria tonight between Olympique Marseille and Salzburg. That one was 2-0 from the first leg for Marseille. So at the moment, Marseille going through, and at the moment, it's still Atletico Madrid are going through. But one goal from Arsenal could change all of that, as Monreal gives it to Welbeck on the left-hand side, wearing the green boots tonight. Not the best pass back to Monreal, but he keeps it alive. And it's played by Mesut Ozil onto Granit Xhaka, and out to Bellerin on the near touchline, 10 yards outside the Atletico Madrid penalty area. He gives it back towards the halfway line. Mustafi onto Aaron Ramsey. This is Mesut Ozil, the former Real Madrid player who gets booed and whistled every time he's on the ball here against the Atletico Madrid side. Oh, Monreal couldn't receive the ball on the edge of the penalty area. It's cleverly played to him. I don't think he was expecting it, and that chance goes a-begging.
There's a wonderful reverse pass from Ramsey into Monreal. There's another poor touch from Monreal. Another chance gone for Arsenal.
Will they rue these opportunities that they didn't take later on in this game, as Xhaka comes across, bundles into Lucas Hernandez.
Did you see Mesut Ozil there? How many times have you seen that through his Arsenal career? Sprinting back 50 yards. This game means something.
Yeah, they'll say a lot of things about Mesut Ozil in his Arsenal career. Sprinting back won't be, if you're to do a word cloud, it'll be in very small font. Here is the throw-in by Lucas Hernandez, flicked on by Godin, who goes forward for those throw-ins and does well in the air. Second time he gets up. Vitola now takes it on. It'll be difficult to cross from here, but he tries to fashion in a cross. It just goes straight to Aaron Ramsey. Arsenal should be able to clear away. I swear there's two Godins on the pitch. He was battling in the penalty area 1 minute. He slid it on the halfway line about 10 seconds later. He gets the ball back for Atletico Madrid. Still 0-0 in the night, 1-1 on aggregate.
Yeah, he's everywhere, isn't he? He's their organiser, their leader at the back, where it all starts from.
Chested down by Diego Costa for Vitolo, but Mesut Ozil, as Chris Sutton illustrates, is up for this one tonight. Wins it back for Arsenal. Monreal takes it over the halfway line on the far side. Short ball to Danny Welbeck. Loses possession to Koke. Koke can't pick out Griezmann. Griezmann, who we have to say by his standards is having a very quiet first half here. 33 minutes played now.
Don't read too much into that. He only needs a chance.
Absolutely. What have you made of Callum Chambers and how he's slotted in an almost emergency fashion so far?
I think he's done well, isn't he, at the moment? He's kept everything really safe, other than that one long clearance which he let drop, and Griezmann actually nearly got in. But it's important he just does his job, nothing too fancy. Get it, give it, defend.
Monreal to Wilshere, halfway line, left-hand side of the field as Arsenal come forward. Xhaka's got to stretch, but he holds onto possession and gives it back to Aaron Ramsey. Bellerin in an advanced position up from right back, tries to return it to Ramsey, but clumsy, and Bellerin hasn't had his best touches in this game. He's messed up a couple of crosses, he's made a rudimentary mistake there, and that's just releases the pressure and sends Arsenal back again.
Yeah, he seems to be lacking confidence on the ball. That was desperately poor. Another opportunity down the right hand side for Arsenal. When he gets in crossing positions, he has to make the most of them. He's the one who's not at it in that Arsenal back line.
I think 2 seasons ago when Leicester won, when Arsenal were second, Bellerin was arguably their best player. I mean, he was bombing forward the whole time, and he's gone off the boil a little bit over the last 2 years in terms of the impact he has on the game overall. I mean, he's still a very good player, but you wouldn't say this season that he's been anything like Arsenal's best. As this time Mustafi jumps on the shoulders of Diego Costa and he wins the header, and then almost retribution like a strong challenge touches it, and the referee says, right, that's a free kick to Arsenal. Foul on Aaron Ramsey.
I think that's a measure of how Arsenal really grown into this game. Costa is aggravated, but seen that over the years, haven't we? Aggravated Diego Costa normally causes trouble.
Arsenal take the free kick short. Mustafi back to Ospina. Costa shuttle runs between the two of them. He's not going to give anyone time to spend.
Why?
And that is why it happened. The pressure from Costa has forced Ospina to do an ugly clearance, and that gives Atletico Madrid an attacking throw. That's why he does it.
Yeah, but Ospina has to do better with his decision making. It was an ugly clearance, but it'd have been better served to just clip it upfield, tried to hit a A crossfield pass to Monreal, which was never on.
Ospina hasn't had a shot to save really, but his decision making has looked uncertain at times in this first half. I think that's the best way to put it. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Free kick to Atletico Madrid this time, midway into Arsenal territory. And this is where Arsenal need to concentrate now. Gabi is the player who's going to take the free kick. Godin's obviously gone up there. Diego Costa's up there. Griezmann lurking in around the penalty spot as it's floated in by Gabi. Jumping was Monreal on the far side, and he's uncertain. He gets a second chance, and he's uncertain again, and the chance is still there for Atletico Madrid. Godin can't get there with his forehead. Drilled back in. Stretching was Ospina, and he didn't get his fingertips to it, but it's wide anyway. That was quite fortunate. Koke with the shot for Atletico Madrid.
It was, and it was lovely technique, but I thought there was a handball earlier in the move. That ball going in towards Monreal, who headed it. I thought it was a handball. Atletico player, so Arsenal would have felt hard done by.
Partey has done very well up against Welbeck here, and then he's fouled by Danny Welbeck, and a free kick to Atletico Madrid midway inside the Arsenal half once again.
Needless from Welbeck. And Arsenal, it's a big 8 minutes this to half time. Needs some injury time as well. Just got to see it through. Go in without conceding.
Arsenal fans are high up in the gods behind the goal. Their team are defending here away to our left-hand side. Ink black skies overhead now. Great floodlights here just illuminating the complete orb of a circle around the roof of the stadium. Lighting up Koke down there, who's standing over this free kick, and they've committed a lot of players forward. Koke floats it in, look at Griezmann, great first touch, takes it on the end, turns and shoots it just wide, and that is the danger of Antoine Griezmann. Quiet game up until now, he very nearly scored.
Yeah, brilliant move, sharp turn, but Arsenal defenders switched off. It was a free kick, 35 yards down the right-hand side of the box. Everybody thought they were going to load it in. Well, the Arsenal defenders did. Griezmann movement in behind the Arsenal back four, right-hand side of the box. An uncontested turn and shot narrowly past that far post.
So if you're just joining our coverage here on 5 Live, we've got 6.5 minutes to go of normal time until the break. Jack Wilshere's had a penalty appeal that fell on deaf ears. Diego Costa was through virtually one-on-one from a tight angle. He shot wide. There was an injury to Koscielny. We think probably an Achilles problem. He had to be replaced. On came Callum Chambers, as here comes Griezmann towards the edge of the penalty area for Atletico Madrid, who've had to absorb a lot of pressure in this first half, and now they want to exert a bit more pressure of their own now. Griezmann, who's had that turn and shot, and that's been the most dangerous opportunity that Atletico Madrid have had in the game. Here he is on the ball again, crossing from the right-hand side, picking out Diego Costa in the D, flicks it into a little bit of space. Vitolo goes down in the box, but he's not been fouled, and Arsenal clear it away, and Mesut Ozil onto Lacazette, and a very good ball for Hector Bellerin, and the counter-attack is on for Arsenal here. Bellerin with so much space into the penalty area, too far ahead of Ramsey, and once again a Bellerin pass does not find its target.
It wasn't a good ball, but Godin read it beautifully. But end-to-end good break from Arsenal. I think it was Ramsey who initially made the interception in his own box.
This is Jack Wilshere, outnumbered inside the Atletico Madrid half, and he gives up possession. And it's played forward by Saul Niguez, but then a slip by Koke. Monreal tries to wrestle it back for Arsenal, but he's unable to do. It's all 100 miles an hour at the moment. Looked like a push of Monreal. Referee blows the whistle. Free kick to Atletico Madrid, and you can't hear yourself think of the moment inside the Wanda Metropolitano.
Godin around the referee. The Atletico Madrid players surround the referee asking for a card, but I tell you what, Callum Chambers got really lucky in that instance. He had gambled to come in towards the ball and had left Griezmann all on his own, and had Saul Niguez played that ball through, would have been one-on-one.
Atletico Madrid fans twirling their scarves in the air at the moment as Gabi floats the free kick in towards Godin, who always wins it, flicks it across the face of goal. Wilshere was there for Arsenal and able to clear away, and then there's a foul on Lacazette, and the referee comes sprinting over, and Arsenal, the tactic all night has been to take free kicks quickly. However, the referee hadn't blown his whistle. Jack Wilshere makes all sorts of appeals about it. Why couldn't we take the free kick quicker? Well, referee says no.
I actually think he's asking for a card. That was a strong challenge on Lacazette. Left a bit on him. Godin apologising now. That's often what happens, isn't it? Centre-halves leave a bit on you and then say sorry.
Arsenal have had one glorious opportunity when Lacazette was in the penalty area with a heavy touch. Mesut Ozil tried to resurrect it and just wouldn't sit up for anyone to actually poke it into the back of the net, but for a moment it was pinball inside the Atletico Madrid 6-yard box. Now a challenge on Gabby, who had committed the foul just a moment ago. Free kick has been given, and that is a yellow card for Jack Wilshere. So Wilshere, who was complaining to the referee a moment ago, then goes crunching into a tackle. That's just not very smart. He was always going to get booked for that.
Well, was he? I thought that was soft. I think it was a little bit late. Wilshere tried to read the bounce of the ball and get in front of Gabby. I think Gabby made a meal of it.
Well, he takes the free kick, too high for Ramsey to head it away, but Mustafi collects possession, clears it away again though with Diego Costa in his face as he did so. Atletico Madrid tried to resurrect the attack, but Granit Xhaka wins the ball for Arsenal, gets it back again, neat ball to Jack Wilshere, good pass into space now from Monreal with long strides. He comes cantering over the halfway line, he's almost up level with the edge of the penalty area. Plays a ball back to Mesut Ozil that takes some of the momentum out of this Arsenal attack. Ozil turns and comes to face the Atletico Madrid penalty area. Atletico Madrid's famed defence are now back in their full formation. They've got 6 or 7 players in around the penalty area. Here is Ramsey, lays it off to Lacazette, who's had some good touches tonight, but Lucas Hernandez nips in and he's able to clear it away. But I think Arsene Wenger have to be pleased, Chris, with the amount of times that Atletico Madrid have just booted the ball away, out for a throw-in. That's the pressure they've been under in defence.
I think the key thing, Arsenal, in this first half, don't concede. May open up in the second half. Arsenal will need a goal at some stage, but the longer this game goes, Atletico Madrid, they may get nervous.
2 minutes of normal time remaining in this first half. Nacho Monreal attacks down the left-hand side. Partey stretches, good challenge. Atletico Madrid regain the ball. They have it with Gabby. Monreal battles and hustles, but Gabby's a shrewd operator, and then Partey cleverly backheels it off Jack Wilshere right up against the sideline, and that goes out for a throw into Atletico Madrid.
Partey piece. Good pressing from Arsenal. I think they've had a really good first half. They can go in goalless. I think they'll gain confidence. Atletico Madrid came out, they tried to blow Arsenal away, but Ospina really hasn't had much work to do.
Vitolo here chasing, Callum Chambers backpedaling, and a header from Mustafi just to nod it away to Bellerin. So Arsenal come again. Full house in Madrid. And Arsenal, their change strip, dark charcoal grey with a pink trim. Playing from left to right as we look down. Ospina, the goalkeeper, in bright orange. Oh, a hesitation on the edge of the penalty area by Callum Chambers, and Griezmann almost in to pick his pocket. He just about got away with that.
That's heart attack stuff. What is Callum Chambers thinking of? Trying a Cruyff turn on the edge of his own box.
Ramsey crunches into a tackle there, wins the ball fairly, and unable to release Lacazette. Koke will roll it back to Jan Oblak. Partey now in a tight corner under pressure from Danny Welbeck. He's on ever so well, Partey. Plays it into space, and now Saul Niguez 10 yards inside his own half. Forward into the Arsenal half for Griezmann. He's got 2 players outside him to the left. Vitolo and Lucas Hernandez has made a charging run. Vitolo holds on to it himself, and Mesut Ozil battling back with a sliding tackle sums up the Arsenal commitment, but at the cost of a corner.
Well, he's done really well in this first half, tracking back, had to get that challenge right, went to ground in his own box. Is this the new Mesut Ozil?
He's taking his time about finding this spirit for Arsene Wenger. But as we move into 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half, still 0-0 on the night. Atletico Madrid at the moment still going through, courtesy of the away goal Griezmann scored at the Emirates last Thursday. Corner to Atletico Madrid. Arsenal have done ever so well. They dare and concede here as it comes back to Gabby, drills it in, comes off the back of Granit Xhaka, and Mesut Ozil, this newfound defensive midfielder Arsenal have, clears the ball away.
And how many times have you seen Mesut Ozil do that in his career? Just clip the ball up the line into empty space. Good decision. Didn't put his team under pressure.
Gabby forward for Atletico Madrid again, picking out Antoine Griezmann, crunching in comes the defender Mustafi. Wins the ball fairly though, despite the appeals for a free kick for the home fans. Still a loud atmosphere in here, and still they wave those enormous red and white flag. They must be passing them to other people. There's no way one person could wave a flag constantly since the hour before kickoff till now. They must be sharing them around down there. Ball played forward out of defence by Gabi, looking for Diego Costa. Mesut Ozil battling hard to try and win it back. This is Saul Niguez. Koke on the halfway line. Lacazette is working hard. Will Arsenal be able to keep up this work rate for the full 90 minutes? Maybe they'll have to, because as long as the game stays 0-0, Arsenal are the team with the urgency. For Atletico Madrid tonight, 0-0 puts them through to the final. Make it 2 Madrid clubs in European finals this week after Real Madrid got to the Champions League final on Tuesday. Here is Oblak clearing the ball away from the edge of the penalty area. Long and searching, and Callum Chambers gets there ahead of Griezmann, but Partey was coming forward, helps it on to Antoine Griezmann. Brilliant ball. Costa's in here. Left footer. Scores! Diego Costa scores against Arsenal once again. And could that be the goal that crushes Arsene Wenger's hopes of one last trophy in the Arsenal job? Griezmann, the creator. Diego Costa finished with the flourish. 1-0 to Atletico on the night. They now lead by 2 goals to 1 on aggregate.
And the Spinas had virtually nothing to do, and it's Arsenal's soft centre again. I don't know how Costa gets the run on Bellerin, but he does. It's a fantastic spot from Griezmann to slide him in, and then Costa just had to stay calm. He did. Good first touch, allowed him to hammer the ball into the roof of the net. It's a disaster for Arsenal right on half-time. They've been well in the game in this first half. They will now go in deflated and on the back foot.
The timing is critical. Diego Costa, who scored against Arsenal in his last ever appearance for Chelsea. That was the FA Cup final last season. He's done it again. He took it ever so well. And the timing, deep in stoppage time at the end of a first half, when Arsenal would rightly think that they have showed up here, they have got stuck in, they were doing so well, but now the Wanda Metropolitano is bouncing again, and Atletico Madrid are dreaming of going to Lyon and the final. In one respect, Chris, it doesn't change much. Arsenal still have to score. They still need 1 goal here, and that could bring it into extra time.
They do, but get to half-time without conceding. It had been an okay first half. It sums Arsenal up, doesn't it? And you knew it. You just knew it. It had to be. That man, Diego Costa, took the goal really well, was calm with that first touch, ruthless second touch. Arsenal have got it all to do.
Right, well, that is half-time. The team's down into the tunnel below, and what a buoyant mood there will be in that Atletico Madrid dressing room now. They say goals change games. This goal has completely changed the complexion. After all that hard work done by Arsenal, well, it just does sum up recent times under Arsene Wenger. Chris, we said it, they didn't take their chance. Now they really regret it.
No, but do you know what? They'll go in. They know what they have to do. They have to come out and attack and take risks. But you just wonder, when they take risks, will they be countered by this ruthless Atletico team?
Diego Costa, who has just scored his first goal since early March. And normally, when Atletico Madrid see Diego Costa celebrate, Eleanor, it is very good news. Only twice have they lost when Costa has scored. Twice out of 57 games. Arsenal have it all to do here. Half-time in Madrid. Atletico 1, Arsenal 0 on the night. 2-1 Atletico Madrid lead on aggregate. Not in terms of Mkhitaryan just yet. No changes in personnel over the break. The Diego Costa goal came 1 minute and 57 seconds into additional time being added on. The reason there was so much time was because Koscielny was stretchered off, and in that late injury time, Atletico Madrid scored their goal. So if Arsenal could win this second half 1-0, if it could be 1-1 on the night, this tie would go to extra time this evening. Callum Chambers gets up and wins a header, and then it spins back into the Arsenal penalty area, and Ospina can gather possession. But It'll be so interesting to see how Arsenal begin this second half now, because for long periods in the first half they were the team on top. How much has that goal rocked them? Here's Bellerin failing to control. I think Bellerin's having a really poor game.
He is. Had a poor first half and was culpable for the goal. Costa getting the run on. Where's your defensive instinct? Hector Bellerin came from deep. Costa got on the inside of him, finished it well, but that has been Arsenal's problem all season. Soft.
Just to paint the picture from the listener, Diego Costa started his run from a sort of left wing position. Bellerin is the right back, and Bellerin got sucked in field. Costa was able to nip behind him, ghosted in behind him, completely beat him in the foot race to the ball in the penalty area, and then finished beyond the goalkeeper Ospina. I'll give you a full rundown of the teams in just a moment, but a minute into the second half here, 1-0 to Atletico Madrid on the night, 2-1 they lead on aggregate. Monreal crosses from the left-hand side. Bellerin storming up from right back. He's going to have to try and keep this in play, and I think he's raised his boot and he's kicked the head of the opponent, Vitolo, and that is going to be a free kick to Atletico Madrid, and Bellerin's unfortunate night continuing.
Yeah, it's one of those bouncing ball. Monreal overhit the cross, and Vitolo stoops down to head it. Bellerin gets that right boot up and volleys the ball back towards his own player. And a free kick, but from Arsenal's point of view, they have to somehow clear their minds and go again and be positive and take the game to Atletico and risk.
Possession with Mesut Ozil on the halfway line. Put in a good shift in the opening 45 minutes. Now can he continue that here in Madrid this evening in this second half, as Ospina plays it long, straight down the middle. Lacazette beaten in the air by Godin, and then this is Granit Xhaka giving the ball away to Thomas Partey, the right back for Atletico Madrid. Callum Chambers just getting there ahead of Costa, but a very loose back pass. Costa sprinted after it. Ospina just got there first to clear the ball away. That was risky at the back from Arsenal again. Griezmann jumps for the ball, heads it away from Chambers. Now he gets onto it again. Griezmann, that's great play. Mustafi slides in and concedes the corner.
Good challenge from Mustafi, but they are seriously pumped up. Atletico at the start of this second half come out really on the front foot and pushed Arsenal back. Arsenal have to respond.
Antoine Griezmann there, when he won the corner, he had two clenched fists to the supporters saying, come on, we've got this. It'll be Griezmann who takes the corner, attacking right hand position for Atletico Madrid, floats it towards the back post. Diego Costa's unmarked, but the header from a backpedaling position didn't ever have the power to trouble Ospina.
Say that, Connor, that's a free header in the box off the training ground, worked really well. They've got the high press on Arsenal now, working extremely hard, and Arsenal just about got out.
Better from Bellerin there to give it to Jack Wilshere. We haven't had a break in play to give you the team, so we will do so when things slow down, if they slow down. Here comes Aaron Ramsey, charging forward, cuts back onto his right boot, then pirouettes back onto his left. Support available from Mesut Ozil. Now Jack Wilshere with the captain's armband ever since Laurent Koscielny went off. He's 10 yards outside the penalty area. Gives it short to Mesut Ozil. Lovely feet from Mesut Ozil. Just couldn't get on the end of a 1-2 with Danny Welbeck, but Monreal comes in to hold on to possession for Arsenal, and they've got to try and get back into that groove that saw them create chances in the first half. We've played 4 minutes in the second period. If it stays like this, Atletico Madrid are going through to the final, where it looks like it'll be Marseille, who are still 2-0 up on aggregate for the first leg against Salzburg in Austria tonight. Foul on Jack Wilshere here, and a free kick to Arsenal in the middle of the midfield.
And it was Gabby on Jack Wilshere. But Atletico Madrid out of possession, narrowing up, making Arsenal go out wide.
Here is Aaron Ramsey, surrounded by opponents, and Griezmann takes it away from Ramsey, who's got to try and get back. Great turn from Griezmann to lay it to Diego Costa. Tries to return the favour. Granit Xhaka was sprinting back all the way. He gets there first and clears it, and again, Griezmann is trying to rile up the crowd.
Yeah, he loves a fist pump, doesn't he, Griezmann? But they are electric on the break, Atletico, and Xhaka did well, read the situation. Costa slipping the pass through.
So if Arsenal fans are looking for the glass to be half full, when Chelsea came here earlier on this season in the Champions League, Atletico Madrid went 1-0 up in the first half, late in the first half, a penalty from Griezmann, and Chelsea came back in the second half to win 2-1. Can Arsenal replicate that this evening? Here come Atletico Madrid again, looking dangerous. Koke on the edge of the D, shoots, but it's not a good shot. Never got clean hold of it, and that goes out of place. So here are the teams. Oblak is the goalkeeper for Atletico Madrid. The back four: Partey, Jimenez, Godin and Lucas Hernandez. In midfield, Saul Niguez and Gavi and Koke, with Vitolo on the left-hand side, and then the front two of Diego Costa and Antoine Griezmann up front. The Arsenal team, same side that started the first leg in London. Ospina the goalkeeper, Bellerin, Mustafi, Chambers and Monreal the back four, Ramsey, Xhaka, Wilshere the three in midfield, Ozil and Welbeck supporting Lacazette up front. 6 minutes played in the second half. Here comes Thomas Partey in for the suspended Versalco at right back tonight. He played most of the first leg in that position as well after the early red card. Chance for Arsenal here as Mesut Ozil has it in the centre circle. Lacazette ahead of him. Danny Welbeck takes it in his stride and was surely tripped.
That has to be a card.
Yellow card immediately shown. Danny Welbeck, who rode the first challenge brilliantly, he was away there and taking one for the team. Yellow card is shown.
Gavi, was it?
Gavi
using all his experience, because it was Welbeck who'd broken through that Atletico midfield, and Arsenal, the break was on, and I think there was a tactical foul from Gavi.
Wilshere was booked in the first half. Gavi now booked for Atletico Madrid. Diego Costa's goal separating the teams on the evening. Ball played in by Mesut Ozil into the penalty area. Big leap by Mustafi at the back post. It comes down to Wilshere here. Chance for Ramsey into the penalty area. Couldn't wrap his foot around the ball, and it somehow goes out for a goal kick. It was tantalising, bobbling ahead of him, 6 yards out. He couldn't get the ball down. He couldn't get his foot up. I think in the end he might knee it wide. What a chance for Arsenal.
I just wouldn't drop for Aaron Ramsey. Sliced volley from Wilshere. Ramsey read it superbly. I think he took his first touch, but the ball wouldn't sit, and he ended up thighing it wide of that left-hand post from 6-7 yards.
An Arsenal goal will give them great hope. There's a goal, by the way, in the other semi-final tonight. Marseille had a 2-goal lead from the first leg, but Salzburg have just taken the lead on the night. It's now 2-1. So another goal for the Austrians could see that semi-final go into extra time tonight.
They can climb any mountain, Salzburg.
Right, I left you off on Thomas Partey with his party piece of the first half. You're going on a yellow card for that one, Chris.
Not so long farewell yet.
Free kick to Atletico Madrid. This is 5 Live from the BBC. You can also listen on the BBC Sport website tonight, on the BBC Sport app. Maybe you're in the car on the way home, you can continue listening. And maybe if you've got 5 Live on your digital TV as well. This is Koke, 10 yards inside the Arsenal half. Flicks it forward. Chambers heads uncertainly, and it's taken down by Griezmann, but good recovery by Granit Xhaka. Got in close to Griezmann, then a complete miscue by Mesut Ozil, and Griezmann picks it up again. He's really pumped up for this, Antoine Griezmann. Saul Niguez out to the left-hand side. Hernandez to the edge of the penalty area. Ozil with a tackle on the edge of the box, and Wilshere will clear it away, but it's a poor ball straight to Thomas Partey, and Atletico Madrid come again. And the high-tempo nature of this semi-final second leg continues.
I think they've gone up again in the second half, Connor. Atletico Madrid, so much at stake. They're the ones who've come out of the traps, really putting Arsenal under the pump.
Another goal for the home side here, and Arsenal would be in enormous trouble. If Atletico Madrid score again, we won't have extra time. This is Partey cutting in from the right-hand side, laying a good ball into Diego Costa. What a turn! Good recovery by the defender, though, just about, mind you. And it was Callum Chambers who got back and made a last-gasp challenge. Otherwise, Diego Costa was in. Here come Arsenal down the other end. Ramsey to Lacazette. The cross took a deflection and straight to Oblak.
Just that final ball, but what a challenge from Chambers. But here's Arsenal again.
Atletico Madrid give it away. Jack Wilshere, 15 yards outside the penalty area. Closer to the box now is Mesut Ozil. He's got Monreal with him. Crosses from the left-hand side. Welbeck jumped. He couldn't get a touch on it. And the ball will be cleared away. And Arsenal pick it up again with Mesut Ozil. And he runs the long way around Gavi and lays it off to Granit Xhaka. Now there's room for Bellerin on the right-hand side. Not a good game so far, but can he make amends? Gives it short. Back to Granit Xhaka once again. Middle of the Atletico Madrid half. Closer to the D is Jack Wilshere. Stabs it back to Granit Xhaka. No press on him at the moment. He's got a chance to turn and to look up and to float it to Mesut Ozil. Atletico Madrid are playing so deep here. Mesut Ozil crosses. Welbeck gets up and tries to jump. It bounces awkwardly for Bellerin. He's going to battle here with Vitolo. Bellerin gives away possession, and then a foul by Lacazette, and Atletico Madrid have the free kick, and they can clear it away. 1-0 to Atletico Madrid on the night. They lead 2-1 in aggregate.
And Atletico have defended really well. Jimenez and Godin, every time a ball is crossed in, they're the dominant figures. They're the ones who are going to head it. Just feel Arsenal looking for those little passes in between the lines, half turn and sliding at cross balls, don't seem to be working at the moment.
Arsene Wenger's last chance of a final shot for glory is dangling, tantalising in front of him at the moment. A goal for his team and everything is back on, but as things stand, Arsenal's Europa League journey will end tonight at the semi-final stage unless they can score at least one goal here. Jack Wilshere has got a free kick on the halfway line. Rolls it short to Aaron Ramsey. Now Mesut Ozil, left-hand side of the midfield. Ramsey again stretching. Koke gets a touch, but it's picked up on Monreal. Arsenal making steady progress towards the Atletico Madrid penalty area. A wide turn by Ramsey, and the last touch comes off Partey. Corner to Arsenal on the left-hand side.
Yeah, and Partey, midfielder by trade, tucking in that right-back position. Read the game really well. Another chance for Arsenal.
Mesut Ozil slicks back his hair with his right hand, stands over this corner. Here it comes, left-footed from the German. Welbeck gets up, can't get a firm touch on it. Griezmann with a probably unnecessarily fancy little flick on the edge of the penalty area there that was never going to give Koke a good chance of getting to the ball. But although Arsenal get it, they've got to retreat all the way back to the goalkeeper. You know, it was 20 years ago today, the famous Martin Tyler line, that sums it all up, when Tony Adams broke through and scored the goal against Everton that won the league for Arsenal. That was 20 years ago today. Can they resurrect some of those glory years, Arsenal? As here they come with the attack down the right-hand side. Aaron Ramsey tries to cross it in, blocked away by Lucas Hernandez. But Atletico Madrid, they don't take risks. They just boot it out for a throw, and they say, right, come at us again. We'll deal with it. Arsenal do come again. Wilshere tried to play a one-two with Granit Xhaka, couldn't collect. Now there's danger. Griezmann over the halfway line. Counter-attack for Atletico Madrid. Diego Costa weaving a run ahead of him. Griezmann tries to shoot himself. He was pushed by Monreal. It's a yellow card for Monreal. It's a free kick for Atletico Madrid in a very dangerous position just on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area.
Driving run from Griezmann. Arsenal sloppy in possession. I thought that was a little bit soft though, Connor. Costa had made the run on the left-hand side, and it just opened up for Griezmann.
I thought Griezmann had sort of run out of steam, and you know, he was sort of going over as he was nudged into, but yellow card has been shown to Monreal. This is a dangerous position for a free kick.
It's probably the perfect range, just far enough out to allow the ball to allow the striker of the ball to get it up and over the wall. 23 yards level. That right-hand post of Ospina. Looks like Griezmann or Partey.
Yeah, Griezmann is the man who's placed the ball. Partey standing there as well. This looks like the Antoine Griezmann show, though. Very surprised if Partey hits this the way he's standing, but that could all be the decoy, of course. Arsenal with all 11 men back behind the penalty, inside the penalty area. This is high-tension stuff now for Arsenal. Griezmann hits it through the wall and wide. Ospina had it covered anyway.
I thought that was a disappointing free kick. Tried to give Ospina the eyes, and Ospina dived, but well wide in the end.
So almost an hour on the big stadium clock on the far side from us. This very modern stadium, the Wanda Metropolitano. Wanda's a Chinese property development company. And ball cleared away by Mustafi at the back for Arsenal. Just launches long into the Atletico Madrid half, and back it comes again from Hernandez, controlled by Mustafi. Low along the deck to Hector Bellerin. Infield to Granit Xhaka. Arsenal have got to keep believing here. Their season, which has been one mostly of disappointment so far, can still have the silver lining, but only if they can score a goal here. Wilshere onto Granit Xhaka. Monreal forward on the left-hand side, allows the ball past him, knowing that Danny Welbeck is in behind. Now here's Mesut Ozil, central location, 15 yards outside the penalty area, veering to the left-hand side. Welbeck straight to again. Ozil's done very well. In again. This is Ozil, drills it across the face of goal, and Godin clears it away. And he's furious with these defenders for not dealing with that. That was Mesut Ozil at his very best.
Well, surely it was worth the risk to just shoot. Won the ball back as a slot. Well, there's a poor pass in initially. He pressed the ball, won it back. I think the ball was begging to be hit first time. He took the extra touch, tried to pull it back, and it was cleared.
It's a huge reminder for Atletico Madrid that this is not over yet. A big scare for them. Here come Arsenal again, who are beginning to develop this into a decent period of pressure. Jack Wilshere on the left edge of the penalty area. Nice ball to Ramsey. Ozil's in the penalty area again. Again he flashes the cross, and the diving header attempt from Danny Welbeck, who couldn't get there. Bellerin sends it back in from the right. Recovered was Ozil to collect the ball. However, he'd come back from an offside position. Frustration for Arsenal. Free kick to Atletico Madrid, who'll take their time over this and try and slow this game down a bit.
Excruciating that from Arsenal's point of view. What a ball from Ozil across the 6-yard line. I think it was Welbeck inches away with a diving header, but nobody else gambled.
By the way, some sad news coming to us. It's been confirmed that Laurent Koscielny has torn his Achilles tonight, and his World Cup dreams are over, not to mention any potential Europa League final. So even if Arsenal do get to Lyon, they won't have their captain, Laurent Koscielny. This is 5 Live for the BBC. 1-0 to Atletico Madrid tonight. Diego Costa scoring the goal deep in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Monreal here to Granit Xhaka, first touch from Mesut Ozil to Jack Wilshere, spins away from Sal Niguez in the centre circle, and then Xhaka plays it into a lot of space for Bellerin on the right hand side. Bellerin to Aaron Ramsey, skips away from Gabi, right on the edge of the Atletico Madrid penalty area, tries to dribble in between two of them. Vitolo's done really well. Lacazette working hard, gets it back. Granit Xhaka shoots. Oblak had to stretch, fingertipped it out for a corner.
A really good move from Arsenal. Brave in possession, worked it well down the right-hand side. And as the ball came out to Xhaka, we've seen him hit them before. Comfortable save in the end.
We've only had one goal in the game. There have been multiple chances. Here comes the corner from the far side, headed by Mustafi. Defender's header up and over the top. And a let-off for Atletico Madrid. And a goal kick. And the Madrid fans find a second wind here and a new voice. And they wave their flags and they twirl their scarves, but they know they've got a half an hour here in which Arsenal look menacing and Atletico Madrid need to hold on, especially if they can't add to their lead themselves. Oblak sends it long and high over the halfway line. Mustafi wins the header. Diego Costa controls though as it comes back down to terra firma. Wilshere out-muscled. Diego Costa, so difficult to shrug him off the ball. Look at him go here. He's made up 35, 40 yards. He's into the penalty area. He shoots and it comes off the shins of Monreal. That would have been an incredible goal had it gone in from Diego Costa. He started that run on the halfway line. This is Mesut Ozil. He's given it away on the edge of the box, but he fights hard to get it back again. Arsenal have got to give this everything now. Ramsey, chance of a counter-attack. Poor pass though, and it's picked up by Partey, and now Atletico Madrid come again. Griezmann has come deep. He's got Koke available out wide on the right-hand side. Arsenal have got to pull tired bodies back. Mesut Ozil isn't tracking back like he was in the first half now. Granit Xhaka collects on the edge of the penalty area. Now he plays it up to Mesut Ozil. Header back by Ramsey, but Atletico Madrid are working very hard as well, and they regain possession. Chris
Swarming all over Arsenal in the centre of the park, but what about that from Costa again? Brute force got him to the edge of the box.
Lovely delicate touch by Griezmann. Koke on into the penalty area to Vitolo. Tries to cut it back for Diego Costa, but Granit Xhaka is there to clear. He rolls it in front of Bellerin, who comes charging out of attack. But again, it's a rushed and a poor ball from Hector Bellerin, who's been a bit of a weakling for Arsenal.
Yeah, but Arsenal just have to hang on in there. Don't concede the second goal. Weathering a little bit of a storm at the moment.
Still over 25 minutes to go. Salzburg have made it 2-0 on the night in the other semi-final, so as it stands, that one will be going to extra time. It's 2-2 on aggregate there. So Atletico Madrid were in front here Won't know if it's Salzburg or Marseille they'll be reaching in the final just yet. Marseille, who had won the first leg 2-0, but now an own goal from Marseille, and Salzburg 2 up on the evening and all square there. If Arsenal could get one goal here, it'll be all square here. This is Partey, right-hand side of the midfield for Atletico Madrid. Forward to Antoine Griezmann. Helps it back into the midfield to Saul Niguez. Now Koke, encouraging Hernandez to come up from defence. Puts the head down, shoots, and drills into Granit Xhaka and out for a throw. 1-0 to Atletico Madrid in the night. 2-1 they lead on aggregate.
Yeah, I just wonder whether Arsenal are thinking about to change Mkhitaryan. It's just...
Yeah, he's coming back towards the... Yeah, he's taking off the bib. Mkhitaryan is about to come on in his Europa League number 77 shirt, because he's not allowed to wear the number 7 because that had already been worn in Europe by Alexis Sanchez this season. You can't have two players wear the same number in the same campaign for the same team. So he's getting ready to come on. A little bit of head tennis on the far side. The ball is looped into the Arsenal penalty area. Griezmann shoulders it down, exuding much confidence there. Accurate shoulder onto Partey. Atletico Madrid have possession inside the Arsenal half. That's a very nice ball played out to the left wing. Vitolo has it. Bellerin trying to get close but afraid to lunge in. Vitolo, who's all twinkle toes, rolls it back into the midfield, and this is Gabi now. Arsenal trying to keep up the high intensity. Diego Costa controls well in the penalty area. Oh, he's turned the defender inside out. Griezmann must score. What a block and a speed of saves. Arsenal are hanging on by a thread. They nearly went out of the competition there.
Well, that's as good as a goal, that block from Callum Chambers, as Arsenal on the break.
Welbeck to Mesut Ozil. Can Arsenal build on that let-off? Ozil crosses from the left-hand side, picks out Wilshere. Great footwork from Wilshere to get into the box. Here's Bellerin, he can't pick out a cross, and it's Godin who makes the interception. Great defending at both ends, and now Atletico Madrid give away possession, and it's Arsenal's chance to press once more. Wilshere just outside the penalty area. Granit Xhaka in a more central location. Monreal on the left steadies himself, sends in the cross. Godin will win. Goes all day, and Bellerin allows it out of play, knowing it's an Arsenal
It's
throw.
a final ball from Arsenal, but what about that defending from Callum Chambers? Griezmann had time, ready to pick his spot, but somehow Chambers threw his body on the line, got back. Crucial block.
So here comes the change. Mkhitaryan will come on. Jack Wilshere goes off, and Arsenal are on to their third captain of the night. Wilshere hands the armband to Aaron Ramsey. So Wilshere is the one sacrificed to get the creativity of the Armenian onto the pitch.
Yeah, just walking off Jack Wilshere. I prefer to see him running off at this stage. Arsenal don't have time.
Mkhitaryan, who won the Europa League with Manchester United last season, can he inspire Arsenal to come back in this semi-final? They trailed 2-1 on aggregate. Griezmann, who came so close to scoring just a moment ago. Well, there's a collision there with Aaron Ramsey. I don't think there was much in it. Referee waves play on. It's sat up for Griezmann there in the penalty area after Callum Chambers had been rinsed. He was turned inside out. The ball was laid back to Griezmann. You'd have bet your house on him scoring, and a wonderful recovery from Mustafi to clear it away. And Mustafi in action again here on the far side, but Diego Costa's too strong. Costa into the penalty area, left-hand side, sends in the cross. Callum Chambers heads it away, and a throw into Atletico Madrid on the far side.
He's got the strength of a bull, hasn't he? Diego Costa, shoulder to shoulder, get off again to the byline. Arsenal just cannot cope with Costa.
Diego Costa's goal that separates the teams tonight, that has Atletico Madrid ahead on aggregate as well. Only his 7th goal since returning to the club from Chelsea, and a push of Granit Xhaka, and Xhaka's forced to put it out for a corner. Corner to Atletico Madrid, far side of the field from us, the left as they come forward. There are 21 minutes for Atletico Madrid to hang on. Can Arsenal get the goal that could send this semi-final into extra time? For now, they've got to defend, and all 11 men are back behind the ball. They're all back behind the penalty spot here, deep inside the penalty area. It is an extremely crowded 6-yard box as the ball is swung in and headed away by Danny Welbeck. They were all back defending, so there's no one to battle for possession for Arsenal. Lucas Hernandez has got lots of time, sends it back into the mix. Griezmann battling up against Bellerin here. Bellerin allows it to bounce. Griezmann still sniffing around here, trying to win it off. Bellerin goes back into his penalty area and hacks it clear, but delivers it straight to Gavi. Then Aaron Ramsey lunges in. He's fouled by Saul Niguez.
It has to be a card, doesn't it? There's a card. Arsenal on the break just halts the play, doesn't it, and allows Atletico Madrid to get back into their shape.
Here they come. Mkhitaryan, first time we've seen him in possession, weaves infield of Vitolo. Now this is Aaron Ramsey, 15 yards outside the penalty area. Lacazette is available on the left-hand side. 20 minutes to go. Corner to Arsenal as Lacazette drives it off Partey, and a corner to Arsenal on the left-hand side. 2-1 in aggregate. Arsenal need a goal.
Yeah, they've got to make one of these opportunities count. Chambers forward, Mustafi forward. All about the delivery.
They've got to go for it now, Arsenal. There's no point in sitting back at this stage. Mesut Ozil's corner is swung in. Atletico Madrid, such a solid defence. They head away the corner. Xhaka collects it on the edge of the penalty. Good turn, right-footed cross towards the back post. Chambers back into the mix. It was a good header, but he couldn't pick out a teammate. He's hurt himself over there. Mkhitaryan drills it, hits the roof of the net. That was dangerous. Arsenal showing they've still got some fight in them.
Oh, do you know what? Has that ball sat Mkhitaryan? See, 15, 16 yards out, he has hammered it. Oblak isn't going to save that. And it's inches over the bar, dipped onto the top of the net.
Arsenal have had chances tonight. Will one of them go in for Arsene Wenger, or is his 22-year tenure going to end without a trophy in his last season? They need something big now, Arsenal. This is Ospina. Edge of his 6-yard box. Griezmann sprinting in to close him down, which just sums up the spirit of both teams tonight. Nobody's sitting back, nobody's conserving energy. They're both going for it. It's made a very entertaining game. Lacazette with a lovely touch onto Welbeck. Welbeck to Mkhitaryan. He's on the edge of the penalty area here. Two defenders around him. Bellerin arrives. Can Bellerin deliver a good cross? He cuts it back for Xhaka. Now delivered into the penalty area. Mesut Ozil peeling away is easily intercepted by Thomas Partey. And a chance now for Atletico Madrid to clear, and Koke. What a ball that is into Griezmann, who almost wasn't expecting it, and it goes across Griezmann. I thought that was a really good pass, but it ends up going out for a throw into Arsenal on the far side.
Yeah, and Danny Welbeck has gone up to play alongside Lacazette as a centre forward. Mkhitaryan and Ozil just narrow in off the front. Arsenal have gambled, they're going for it. This is going to be extremely open.
You just feel Arsenal are going to get at least one big chance. So the question is, will they take it? This is Xhaka. I mean, Mkhitaryan had that shot, but it was edge of the penalty area. Can they get closer? Here's Monreal, heads it across the face of goal, scooped up into the air by Jimenez. That'll do to get it away for now. And Atletico Madrid do in fact feed it to Griezmann. He's got Costa with him. Costa, who's always up for a fight, but good defending this time. And the ball is put out by Mustafi.
How good are Atletico Madrid? Last-ditch defending. Like magnets, those defenders, when they're a little knocked out. It's always the Atletico defenders anticipating where the knockdown's going, being in the right place at the right time.
Now, Atletico Madrid are about to make their first change of this second leg, and they're going to bring on Angel Correa, the Argentinian forward. A man who scored 9 goals in all competitions this season, and he is about to come on in place of Vitolo. So Vitolo, who'd been playing on the left wing, that's where Angel Correa plays. He started the first leg on the left wing. The man who's played in every La Liga game for Atletico Madrid this season, more than any other player. And he comes on now for the final quarter of an hour or so. We've 16 minutes of normal time remaining. There'll be another few at least added on for the stoppages. Arsenal need 1 goal or their Europa League dream is over. Arsene Wenger's last chance of a trophy is over as Welbeck is slide tackled by Partey, and Arsenal have an attacking throw-in down the left-hand side. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, this is when you need your big players to stand up, take responsibility, create a chance, take your chance. Arsenal need a hero.
Is one got to step forward? This is Ramsey with the captain's armband into the penalty area, gives it away. Atletico Madrid, who, you know, haven't conceded a goal at home since January. They've gone over 1,050 minutes now at home since conceding a goal. That is the defence Arsenal have to score against. Diego Costa goes down like a sack of spuds. Referee gives the free kick to Atletico Madrid.
Put that extremely well. Brought a bit of time now. Atletico Madrid can settle down. That was soft. Sack of spuds, bang on.
Free kick to Atletico Madrid, 12 yards inside the Arsenal half. Arsenal must drag their tired bodies back into a defensive role once again. Partey clips it forward, too high for his teammates, headed away by Mustafi. There's a good header to pick out Mkhitaryan, who weaves around one challenge but then can't get away from Saul Niguez. Atletico Madrid get it back again. Here is Correa, the man who's just come on, the Argentinian. Fresh legs for Atletico Madrid. With the prospect of extra time to come, both coaches will be thinking conservatively about making the changes. This might go 120 minutes tonight if Arsenal can get one goal. They've certainly had chances. Correa, 15 yards outside the penalty area. Griezmann, brilliant first touch into the penalty area. Tackled well by Granit Xhaka. Ball kept in play by the corner flank by Correa. Welbeck steals it off him. And this is Ramsey with a little Cruyff turn. Surely that was a foul. Free kick for the foul by Gabby to our... I was certain that was going to be a foul.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. Here is Diego Godin. Gives it short to Lucas Hernandez, the young French defender. Diego Costa, who's all bluster and barrel chestness as he picks it up on the halfway line and nonchalantly flicks it back to Godin. And Lucas Hernandez back into the middle to Saul Niguez, and this is where Atletico Madrid will be thinking about, let's shut the game down now, let's frustrate Arsenal, let's keep the ball off them. Possession with Jose Maria Jimenez into the midfield. Partey is up on the right hand side. Arsenal trying to keep up the pressing game. Welbeck gets close, but it's flicked onto Gabby once again. Now the ball in behind. Correa running up against Monreal. Good recovery by Monreal into Chambers, who's a bit lackadaisical, but he gets away with it. And then Xhaka's in trouble here, but he's fouled. He almost gave it away at the edge of the box. He was fouled.
But Atletico Madrid, they are all over Arsenal. There's a coming together, Mustafi and Costa. Right,
Costa and Mustafi, and a yellow card shown to both of them. Now what happened there?
I think Costa felt Mustafi just flicked out at him, and as we've seen before, he has exploded. He's gone back in for more, and they're still having words.
Both in the card, in the notebook, both showing the yellow card. And the verbals continue between the two of them, and that's Diego Costa. He'll try and rile Mustafi now.
But it's the wrong thing to do to Diego Costa. Don't get him rattled.
Free kick to Arsenal, just outside the penalty area. Taken by Ospina, pumped long into the Atletico Madrid half, over the top of Danny Welbeck, and Partey shepherds it out for a throw.
And Arsenal now, I think Arsene Wenger, he's just thinking, give me one chance, one clear-cut opportunity now.
12 minutes of normal time to go. 22 years as Arsenal boss. Is it to end this way in terms of a competitive sense for Arsene Wenger? Will he be leaving the club out of the Champions League again? An early setback already for whoever the new boss is to come in the summer. Could that affect who the new boss is going to be if they don't have Champions League football? Correa with a lovely turn here on Mustafi, crosses from the right hand side, but Chambers is well positioned and able to clear it away. Ramsey gives it away on the edge of the box. That's dangerous. Saul Niguez tries to dribble into the penalty area. Ramsey with an excellent tackle to get it back. Tackles flying in everywhere at the moment. Partey collects the loose ball for Atletico Madrid, wide on the right hand side. The clock ticks on in Atletic's favour now. 11 minutes to play. Welbeck has done very well to win the ball off.
He's got to release it.
What? As Chris intimates there, Danny Welbeck dithered too long, lost the ball. Diego Costa into the penalty area, slaloms through a couple of chances. His cross is cut out by Mustafi. Xhaka gives it to Monreal, and Arsenal play their way out of trouble. And it's pumped long, but straight back to Jimenez, and Atletico Madrid have it once more. Gavi on the halfway line. Ramsey sprinting tirelessly around to keep the pressure on, but the passing is good from Atletico Madrid, and this must be so tiring now for Arsenal.
Well, it is, and Atletico Madrid, they're not sitting in and saying we want to hold on. They want their second goal, braving the pressing, piling the pressure on Arsenal, not the other way round.
Here comes Correa, veering his way infield, tried to slip it into Griezmann. It might come back again. That's a dive by Correa on the edge of the penalty area. Referee waves play on. Monreal gives it short to Xhaka. It's so ragged down there now. Mkhitaryan, freshest legs on the pitch for Arsenal, comes forward, stretches it out to Mesut Ozil in a right wing position. They have 4 in the penalty area here, Arsenal. Mesut Ozil gives it short to Granit Xhaka, 10 yards outside the box. Here comes the delivery, chested down in there by Aaron Ramsey, but good defending by Partey, and he just takes it off Ramsey and he clears it away. And now Arsenal could be stuck because they've committed so many bodies forward. Griezmann's got Diego Costa in front of him, rolls it to Costa, steps into the penalty area. Chambers is the defender, almost to a standstill. Diego Costa just dithers, hesitates, shimmies, then rolls it back to Koke. Applause from the crowd that he didn't just have a go for the sake of it there. He's held on to possession, and Atletico Madrid frustrating Arsenal, who've got to drag themselves back, and we've moved into the last 10 minutes now. Atletico Madrid still on the attack, 2-1 the lead on aggregate. Diego Costa turns and shoots. He was a long way out, and it's easily saved by Ospina. Chris Sutton.
Look, Diego Costa gesturing to the bench. He's actually gone down now.
He twirled his hands in the air, and I wondered, did that mean he needed to be substituted? Play continuing. Atletico Madrid temporarily down to 10 men. Mkhitaryan gives it short to Granit Xhaka. Midway inside the Atletico Madrid half. 9 minutes to go. Monreal stretches, keeps it in play, flicks it away from Griezmann. Very well done. Then his cross takes a deflection, but no corner as Oblak comes out to gather it. Diego Costa is still down. It is a wall of noise, and Atletico Madrid eventually boot the ball out of play.
I don't know what the fans are moaning at. Arsenal don't have an obligation to kick the ball out in that instance. Costa just sat down, waved his arms to the bench, says bring me off. Arsenal are trying to get back into the game.
Chris, what would you do now if you're Arsene Wenger? Do you gamble and bring on the young striker Nketiah? You know, do you keep experienced players, or do you just go with the youngster who scored a few goals in the League Cup?
No, I think Arsene Wenger, he has to go with tried and trusted. Keep Lacazette on, he's in good goal scoring form, and just hope they create something, Connor.
By the way, Atletico Madrid are not going to sit back. They're taking off the injured Diego Costa. They are bringing on an old nemesis of Arsenal from the past. Fernando Torres comes on for the closing minutes. Former Liverpool and Chelsea player, and he's had a really good record against Arsenal over the years. This is the 15th time he's played against them. He's only been beaten twice by Arsenal. He gives a massive slap of the palms to Diego Costa, and on comes the local hero, Fernando Torres.
What a game Costa's had. Diego unchained tonight once again.
You look at that, Chris, and you see what Chelsea have missed this season.
Absolutely. He's been injured. What a handful though he's been. He's bullied the Arsenal back line, and that goal, you just knew it. You just knew it. It had to be Costa. He's been the difference.
7 minutes of normal time to go. Diego Costa's goal has Atletico Madrid 1-0 up in this second leg. It is 2-1 to the Spanish side on aggregate, and unless Arsenal score in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds plus stoppages, it's Atletico Madrid who'll go through to the final. I believe it's still 2-2 in the other semi between Salzburg and Marseille. And here is Granit Xhaka to Mesut Ozil. Can he create something? Plays a 1-2 on the edge of the box with Lacazette. Veers infield on his left boot here, Mesut Ozil. Good pressing by Griezmann. What's he done? He's given it away. Correa. Ozil's got a sprint to get back here. Correa comes charging over the halfway line, and fair play to Mesut Ozil. He does make amends for his mistake, but instead of attacking on the edge of the Atletico Madrid penalty area, Arsenal are back defending now.
See Big Burgos in this technical area. He looks like something out of spaghetti western, doesn't he, Connor?
He is a beast of a man. He's enormous. He's got huge hair. He's got huge biceps. He's got a huge presence down there. And with Diego Simeone serving as touchline man, well, they're not lacking any presence in the technical area, that's for sure. He's Koke to Griezmann, little Rabona of a cross, but out comes Ospina to gather, and there's no time to waste for Arsenal. He throws it to the halfway line and picks out Mkhitaryan. 5.5 minutes to go now of normal time. Mkhitaryan with a good ball to Aaron Ramsey. One goal changes everything for Arsenal, but can they get it? Mesut Ozil, 10 yards outside the penalty area, scoops it forward. Ramsey had to adjust his run. He's done well to keep it alive. Mkhitaryan right on the edge of the penalty area, short to Ozil, infield to Xhaka, back out to the left wing to Monreal. He's in around the fullback here. Here's the cross, too much on it. He's drilled it too high. It's a waste from Monreal, and it's another let off to Atletico Madrid, whose fans are singing already of going to the final in Lyon as we enter the last 5 minutes now.
Do you know what though? What an opportunity for Arsenal then. Monreal to the byline, puts in an awful cross. Another opportunity wasted.
08085 909 693, the number if you want to get involved. Talk to Eleanor Oldroyd, talk to Chris Sutton here in the stadium in Madrid. Once the live football is over, we're on air till 10:15 tonight. That's the number to get in touch. 08085 909 693. Those lines are open now. We want to hear from Arsenal fans. What have you made of this performance tonight? And there could yet be a late twist in the tale, of course, but so far Atletico Madrid doing what we thought they would do and defending so solidly. They've had to ride their luck at times, but this is a team that knows how to defend. Arsenal have 4 minutes remaining of normal time.
Yep, and history tells you Atletico Madrid, they know how to see games through, and that's the difference.
Griezmann scored the late goal in the first leg to change the complexion of that. Can Arsenal get the late goal here in the second leg and level it all up again? Free kick to Atletico Madrid. Are using every trick in the book here to just keep that clock ticking over and keep the danger away from their end of the pitch.
You used the word earlier, Connor, streetwise, and that is what they are at the moment. No rush, buying free kicks, playing in Arsenal's half, keeping the ball up their end of the field.
Arsene Wenger lost his voice last month. Too bold to step in for some of the media duties. Well, some of the Atletico Madrid fans will be croaky and hoarse in the morning. They've created such a noise in support of their team. They're looking good to finish second in La Liga this season, ahead of Real Madrid, just behind Barcelona. But the Europa League would be a very nice trinket to add to the trophy cabinet once again. And they win themselves a corner, and this wastes more time. Griezmann again. He is peacock strutting down there every time he turns to the crowd. He arches his back, he pumps his fists, and he's thoroughly enjoying himself.
Yeah, he loves a fist pump, doesn't he, Griezmann? And I suppose when you're winning, you can.
Corner taken short, protected by Griezmann at the corner flag. Fist bump coming if he can manage to win another corner here. And he wriggles and he jiggles, and he breaks infield. That's excellent. Here's a chance, running across the edge of the penalty area, and Torres can't believe he didn't roll it to him. It came across the face of goal, and then a mistake by Chambers. Torres shoots. Ospina saves. Best save Ospina's had to make all night. There's appeals. It was a handball. Playouts as the referee. Saul Niguez challenged by Aaron Ramsey, and Arsenal just about make the interception and get it away. And we're into the last 2 minutes now. Thomas Partey tackled by Welbeck. There could be a chance for Arsenal here. Danny Welbeck charges on. Mesut Ozil outside him. Lucas Hernandez has to backtrack away from him. Here's Granit Xhaka, deeper position. Teammates ahead of him. Lacazette steadies, rolls, 1-2 with Welbeck, can't get on the end of it. Atletico Madrid get it away. It was too intricate from Arsenal again.
Yeah, it was. They lost the momentum from the attack. Lacazette made a terrific run on the left-hand side. Welbeck should have given it him.
Here they go again. All and nothing now for Arsenal. They want a free kick. Referee wags his finger, says no. Goal kick. Remonstrations from the Arsenal players towards the Italian referee. We're about to enter the final minute of the 90. The flags are being twirled in the air again by the Atletico Madrid fans. They feel they are waving bye-bye to to Arsenal. Arsenal, we said it right from the start, they needed to score tonight. They have not been able to so far. Diego Costa's goal, which came deep in stoppage time at the end of the first half, and if Arsenal are to bring this into extra time, they are going to need a late goal of their own. Look at Arsene Wenger, he's running like a ball boy to collect the possession. They have a multi-ball system. He didn't need to do that, but it sums up how urgent and tetchy he is now. Arsene Wenger like a cat on a hot tin roof. 30 seconds of the 90 to go. Bellerin, who's not had a good game, can he make amends? Sends it across straight towards Gabi. The clearance is to Mesut Ozil, stabbed into the penalty area, headed away this time by Correa. Arsenal lose the ball on the edge of the Atletico Madrid half. Griezmann flicks it over the top of the defender. Granit Xhaka tries to run around the other side. Griezmann wants a free kick. Referee says no and play on. Ramsey has it on the left-hand side. 3 minutes is all that's going to be added on. Cross from Ramsey from the left. It's hacked away. Arsenal have an attacking
just
throw.
Just been the final ball, hasn't it? Broken down, that final ball.
This is Aaron Ramsey, crosses in, and again it's a poor final ball. It's overstruck, but Koke with a heavy touch has given it away. Chance for Bellerin, floats it across. Ramsey jumps, wins the header. It's Manic. Monreal back across the face of goal, and it's a poor cross once again. They tried to keep it in play on the far side, and Atletico Madrid eventually cleared, but the ball had gone out of play. It will be a goal kick. It is absolutely frantic. We are in stoppage time. Arsenal are throwing the kitchen sink, but the final ball is letting them down.
How many times have we seen Monreal get into good crossing positions and been wasteful?
Atletico Madrid are going to make a late change here to waste time, and they're going to bring on a defender. The former Manchester City defender, Stefan Savic, will come on here just to see out the final minute or two. Ball still in play for the moment though, as Callum Chambers heads it. Last touch came off Fernando Torres, and that will be a throw-in to Arsenal. Wenger's competitive reign as Arsenal manager is almost at an end. They've got a few league games to go, but they can't get in the top four anymore through the Premier League route. This was the last chance, and it is slipping through their fingers.
Well, it used to always be 1-0 to the Arsenal. Ironic, because Arsenal probably going to end Arsene Wenger's reign as a manager tonight.
In the press conference yesterday, I was here in the stadium. Arsene Wenger said, "I want this love story to end well." Well, it's going to need quite a whip in the tail of this particular love story for it to end well tonight for Arsenal. Partey has been pushed off the pitch at the moment by Granit Xhaka. The referee comes to intervene. He is crawling off the pitch, Partey. Savic will come on. Deep into stoppage time. Arsenal will be lucky if they get one more chance.
Well, they've got to hope, they've got to create something. It's been more like the same old horror movie for Arsenal rather than a love story, hasn't it?
1-0 on the night. Diego Costa's goal. 2-1 in aggregate to Atletico Madrid. Will that be enough? Monreal beaten to the ball by Griezmann. I have to say he's had a very good game. All the little tricks and jinks he's done, all the hard running, and now he's got it up by the touchline on the right hand side. Good ball in field to Koke, edge of the penalty area, strides to the D. Fernando Torres tries to turn the defender. Chambers does enough to hold him up, and now Torres will set off towards the corner flag, supported by Correa. The seconds continue to sift away, and Atletico Madrid get ever closer to the Europa League final. Torres goes down, free kick. Torres will stay down as well.
Just smarter, aren't they? They are seeing the game out perfectly. Atletico Madrid.
There are tens of thousands of people jumping in unison, twirling whatever they have about their person above their head. Atletico Madrid believe they have got the job done here. Arsene Wenger stands, that pose we've seen 1,000 times, arms tightly folded across his chest on the edge of the technical area, and he can just hope now as Griezmann has it by the corner flag. Tries to play it off Monreal and misses Monreal, so it's a goal kick. Referee glances at the watch. I think that's it. He blows the final whistle, and it's all over for Arsene Wenger. It's all over for Arsenal. Arsenal, Atletico Madrid will go to the Europa League final in Lyon later on this month. You've got to say Arsenal gave it everything tonight in terms of endeavour, but quality-wise, Chris Sutton, it just wasn't there.
I think the best team won. It's sad. It's the end of an era for Arsene Wenger, who wanders off down the tunnel, but it was the same old story. A soft goal costing Arsenal tonight. Well in the game they were. Poor mistake by Bellerin, punished, and then they couldn't get back in it. The final ball wasn't good enough. The better team won on the night, but this has been the story under Arsene Wenger for many a year now.
In many respects, the damage done last week in London. Played 80 minutes against 10 men, conceded that late goal. And the Arsenal players, the body language, very few of them talking to each other, all isolated. They're on their own down there. Atletico Madrid players coming around, being consolate, giving hugs, giving handshakes. But Arsenal players just on their feet, flat out. They did give it everything in terms of effort tonight. They worked and they worked and they worked. And there's hugs down there, and Petr Cech gives a hug to Savic, and it's a nice jovial atmosphere really. The Atletico Madrid fans loving it. You can see what it means as well to the Atletico Madrid players, but Arsenal players gave it everything, and quite simply right now have nothing left to give. No last trophy for Wenger. That's it. C'est fini.